boys and girls, let's have some fun and draw together. Maybe your parents would even like to join in. Anyone in your household is welcome. Today our project is recommended for kindergartners. Today we will be drawing some butterflies, bees, flowers, just a beautiful sun and spring landscape. Let's start with our shapes. I'm going to use a marker so you can see better. Remember to hold onto your paper with one hand, draw with the other hand. The first shape is a circle. Anywhere on your paper, you can use a scrap piece of paper also. Next shape is a dot. It's a circle, but we color it all the way in, so we call it a dot. The next, do you remember the name of this line? Very good, boys and girls. Horizontal. Can we all say that together? Horizontal line. Next line, you remember that one? Vertical. Very good. Vertical line. Very good. We have one more line. Remember the name of that one? Diagonal. Very good, boys and girls. Let's say it together. Diagonal line. Okay. Then we have our half circles. A U. An upside down U. Looks like a rainbow. A C and a backward C. All of these are half circles. So if we put them together, it would make a full circle. Then we have our angled lines, which are our V's. A regular V, an upside down V, which looks like an A without the crossbar, a sideways V, and another sideways V. Very good. Then we have a slightly curved line. Remember, it is not as curved as our upside down U or rainbow. It's not as straight as our straight line. That's why we call it a slightly curved line. Then we have our lazy S. Our lazy S laying down or horizontally, we call a hill and a valley. And then we've been doing spirals lately, which is just fun. So remember, you start in the middle. Looks like you're going to do a circle, but you go past that point and just keep going around. And remember, they make wonderful snails. That's why they're fun. All right, so those are our shapes. Remember, we're going to do them before every project because it just makes it easier for us to draw. Today, we are really just going to use pencils, paper. If you want an eraser, of course, you can always erase things that you don't like, but remember to draw lightly. If at the end, if you would like to use colored markers or crayons or anything that you have around the house is fine to color it in. If you don't want to color it in, that's okay too. Again, we're just trying to have some fun today. So let's first start with our shapes. Remember how they are important to help us draw easier. If you have some scrap paper around, that's great. Anything you have to start your shapes. I'm going to go ahead and do it with a Sharpie. You can do it with a pencil. Okay, boys and girls. Our first shape, as you remember, is a circle. Anywhere on your paper, make a circle for me. Next shape is a dot. It's a circle colored all the way in, so that's why we call it a dot. The next shape, boys and girls, see if you can remember the name of this line. Very good. Horizontal. Let's say that together. Horizontal line. The next line, boys and girls, do you remember the name of that? Vertical. Very good. Vertical, up and down. And one more line, it's on an angle. We call it a diagonal line. Can you say that together? Diagonal line. Very good. Then we have some half circles. A U, an upside down U, looks like a rainbow, a C, and a backward C. All of those are half circles. Try those. Then we have a V, an upside down V, which looks like a capital A without the crossbar, a sideways V, and another sideways V. Then, boys and girls, remember our slightly curved line? It's not as bent as our upside down U. It's not as straight as our straight line, so we call it slightly curved. Okay. And I think we've started spirals with kindergarten. Not sure, but we can try. So you're going to start in the middle. It looks like you're going to do a circle, but then you're going to go around it and just keep going around it. Showing you this because these make wonderful snails. And since we are doing an outdoor project, you might want to put a snail in there. So practice your spirals. Remember, this is not the only way to make a snail. You can make it any way you want. This is just one way. All right, boys and girls. Once you've done your shapes, go ahead and move that aside. Get another piece of paper. It's totally up to you if you would like to use this piece of paper horizontally or vertically. I'm drawing vertically today. Notice I have some examples up on the board here. I always like to give you as many examples as I can. I also have some beautiful butterflies here. Just to remind you about butterflies, let's talk about butterflies a minute. They're a wonderful insect, but there's something unique about butterflies. They do have 4 wings, but notice that each side of the wings are the same. Remember what that's called? That's symmetry. So on this side, it's the same design as on this side. So when we're making our butterflies today, I want you to think about that. When you start designing them and putting shapes in them, whatever you put on one side should go on the other side. They should be the same on each side, okay? So let's begin. Let's start with our butterfly since we've been talking about it. Our butterfly has 3 points, okay, or parts to the body. I'm going to do my butterfly right about here. The first one is my head, which is just a circle. Okay, if you'd like to put some eyes in it, a dot or a circle, however you'd like to make his eyes are fine. Then he has antennae, slightly curved line, and if you'd like to put a dot on the end of it, you can. If you want to put a heart on the end of it, it can. However you'd like to decorate it is fine. Then the next part of the body is called a thorax. Looks like a very long U. So a line down, when you think it's long enough, you curve and come back. I also call that a hot dog. Okay? So remember we have 3 parts. We have the head, the thorax, and then the little bitty thing right here, which can be a little V or a U, is called the abdominal. Okay? Abdominal, thorax, and head, and antennas. Now, of course, we have the wings. We talked about that we are going to have 2 wings on this side and 2 wings on this side. So you can make them any way you want, but I'm going to start right here between my head and my thorax with a diagonal line going up, another diagonal line going up, and maybe about in the middle, I'm going to make a little line going out. Now all I have to do is connect those. And that's up to you how you want to connect it. If you want to do curvy lines, like that. You want to do just one slightly curved line, that's fine. However you want to do it. I think I've done it a little differently in each picture, so you can see which one you like the best. Now, like I said, we have 2 more wings to go, right? So I'm going to touch, again, the thorax. I'm going to make a diagonal line down here. On the other side, a diagonal line there. Now, again, however you want to close it up to that first wing. I think I'm going to do a little differently and do a half circle to this wing. Okay? So now I have my wings. If I want to start designing inside, remember, whatever I do on this side, so if there's a dot there or a circle, goes on this side. If I have a line on this side, let's do a 2 lines on this side. I'm going to have the same over here. Do we understand, boys and girls? So same thing here. I'm going to put a dot over here and a dot over here. Put maybe some V's here just to decorate it. This way it's more fun. When I start to color it in, I have all these little spaces that I can make different colors. And remember, look how beautiful these butterfly colors are. So you can use any colors you want. So we've done 1 butterfly very successfully. Let's do a bee. You know how much I love our honeybees, boys and girls, and you know how important they are for our environment. So honeybees also have a head. Their middle is their thorax. 2 slightly curved lines for that. And then a longer sideways U. And then that is where I'm going to put my slightly curved lines for the bee itself. If I want an eye, I can do an eye, right? Antennas. A little stinger right there. Maybe a little line or a V. Now his wings come out right here from the thorax. Again, you can do wings any way you want. If you just want to go straight out and curve back, that's fine. If you'd like to make them more like this, that's fine. Any way you want, really. Of course, they have legs. If you want to show their legs, you can. Right now he's flying, so he doesn't really need the legs, I don't think. Let's do a dragonfly. Here's our dragonfly. Very similar. We've got a head, thorax, and right there, abdomen. Now his wings are a little differently. He's got 4 wings like our butterfly, but notice that they all start right here between the head and the thorax, and they're a little slimmer. So I'm going to go out pretty much like I did my bee. A slightly curved line as I get out there. So slightly curved line, then curve back, line out, curve back, and another one. And of course you want to do eyes and antenna. Okay. So we have a couple of insects in our picture so far. Let's put some flowers, because you know they're going to want to visit some flowers. Now remember, you can make flowers any way you want. There's hundreds of ways to make flowers, but I'm going to go for the easiest way. But if you have a flower that you like to already draw, you may draw it that way. You do not have to draw it this way. So here's my first flower. A circle to start. And I'm going to make, my petals are just going to be long U's. Now, boys and girls, if it makes it easier for you to turn the paper as you're working on this flower, you can. So there are my petals. I need a stem. 2 lines down for my stem. Need some leaves. I'm going to do my leaves kind of the same way I did my petals, but I'm going to make a line in the middle and a couple of lines there for the veins of my leaves. Now, I don't think that's enough flowers at all. We need lots of flowers to cover this up, don't we? So I'm going to put another one here. I'm going to make it the same way. If you'd like to do different flowers, you may. Right before school was out, we did learn a different flower. We learned a tulip. So if you remember how to do a tulip, you can do a tulip too. Here's my leaves. Okay. So now I kind of have to think about the rest of my picture, what I want it to look like, right? On this side, I think I want a little hill. So I'm going to come down here with a little hill, bring my stems to it. Last week we learned how to make a ladybug. Let's put a ladybug in our picture. I think I'll put them right down here on my little hill. Remember, we started with a vertical line, then a horizontal line to make it a T. We touched that T, made an upside down U. Looks like an umbrella. Then we did an upside down V at the bottom of my first line. Touch the side. Half circle there. Half circle there. Eyes. Antenna. Spots. And how many legs did we say our ladybug has? 6. So if you'd like to show his legs, all I did last time is I did a line out, down, and out. Horizontal, vertical. Okay. You make them any way you want. There's no wrong or right way. So now I have a little ladybug right there. I could put more ladybugs and more bugs in here, but I'm going to finish this off so you can have some fun and finish it at home. First on this side though, I think I'd like to put some grass. Remember before we've done grass with just maybe some upside down V's, some tall ones, some short ones. And then I think we should put some flowers here. So there's my stem. Maybe this flower I want to do a tulip. Remember how we did our tulip? Slightly curved line. And I touched here. I did another slightly curved line up. I touched this side, a slightly curved line up. I'm going to close this in, a wiggly line. I'm going to touch this and wiggle over to my first petal, over to my first petal, and then a back petal. If you would like a tulip, now again, you do not have to make a tulip, and you can make it simpler. You can just make the front of the tulip and don't have to do the sides. You do need some leaves. Okay, you could have a little insect come in there. What are things we can do? Oh, I kind of like making dots where my bee has been. So my bee was over there. This butterfly, I think, flew from this flower, and this little guy from here. Now, I'm certainly not done. I've got a lot more composition I can do, and you can do, right? What about a sun? Slightly curved line if you want it in the corner, or a full circle if you want it. You can do long V's like I did over here. I want you to think about yours. Oh, remember we talked about a snail even? You could put a snail somewhere. Let's do a snail quickly together since we just talked about that today. And then I want you to finish up your picture however you'd like to finish it up, and then, of course, color it in. I'm going to put my snail right here on the grass. I'm going to start right about here. Remember how we did this? It's our spiral. I'm going to start to make a circle, but I'm going to go around that circle. I'm going to do it as many times as I want to where I think my snail is nice and big enough. And there he sits. All right, boys and girls, have a great day. Stay safe. Please enjoy the drawing. Let me know what you liked about it. All right, we'll talk soon.